Hey, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to BKS Tech Talk. This is podcast episode 6. Sorry I missed last week, had some issues pop up that I could not get to my computer. Not a technical issue, just a personal issue. But I'm back, and I'm hoping that if anybody has any thoughts or questions, don't forget to check us out at BKS-Systems on Facebook and LinkedIn. And we will be glad to get to your questions and get back to you as soon as possible. Wasn't sure what to talk about this week. We've had a lot of questions lately about ongoing productivity and how we can continue to increase productivity and also maintain security. We keep going back to that security thing with with everything going on with COVID and the way that we're working and the way of the world. There's just way too many opportunities for cybersecurity breaches, and security is like number one on our list at all times. But productivity is huge. And what are a few things that you can do to make your computer or your life faster or better? So first of all, if your computer's slow, you can buy a new computer. But as you will see, I believe it'll be posted today or tomorrow in our latest blog, there is a shortage of computer chips and specifically LED and LCD screens. And right now it can take upwards of 3 months to get a laptop. Now that's going to be a high-end laptop, custom, but I have seen where we can get some sooner than that, but still a long lead time to get laptops right now. So what do you do if your laptop is slow and you can't get one fast enough, or you don't have the money to get one? So a couple things. First, if your laptop is any older than 5 years old, don't even try. Just start working on getting a new laptop or desktop. But if it's younger than that and you have a if you have a traditional, what we call spindle hard drive, look into replacing it with an SSD or a solid state hard drive. So effectively, what's the difference, you'll ask? So the difference is traditional hard drives have platters and they have spindles and they spin, and the data time is slow. A new technology is called solid state hard drives, and if all that really is a really big fancy USB drive. Same thing, the USBs are solid state. The solid state drives are getting cheaper by the day. The size are going up in available gigabytes and price is going down. You can probably get a 256 gigabyte solid state hard drive for $50. And if you know how to or have an imaging software, you can take a backup copy of your current computer, put the new hard drive in, and restore the backup copy of the new hard drive, and your computer is exactly as it was before, just running on faster hard drive. It's kind of like putting nicer tires on your car so that your car will go faster. It's not the engine. You can't really replace that. That is the processor. That's the brains behind the computer, and you really don't have the ability to replace that. You can replace the tires, like the hard drive. You can also add more RAM. You can add more RAM to the computer for probably under $50 as well. And we've actually done this quite a bit over COVID, where customers just weren't sure about what they wanted to buy computers, but they needed to get upgrades. So instead of spending $800 per computer, we spent $200 per computer and bought them more RAM and a solid state hard drive, did a backup and a restore, and they were up and running. Some instances, we just gave them a brand new copy of Windows and they were up and running, and to them, it was a brand new computer. It was faster. It's basically a refurb. You can do that with your computers. We still highly encourage you to look into a new computer. If you can afford it and you can wait the timeline, we definitely would prefer you get a new computer. It will last you longer. But along with that, keep an eye on the reasons you're getting a new computer. We had a conversation this afternoon with one of our customers that is looking at doing some AutoCAD drawing, and they needed a laptop that can support AutoCAD. Well, they needed a new laptop, and they mentioned that they might want to do AutoCAD. And when we started talking about it, it was, are they going to do AutoCAD now? Or are they going to do AutoCAD in 24 months? Because if they're going to wait 24 months to do AutoCAD because of whatever projects they've got, and I don't, their business, getting an AutoCAD laptop now is actually not a good idea, because that's just 2 years of wasted hardware that they didn't need. And the hardware that we'll need for in 2 years from now for AutoCAD is probably going to be completely different than it was today. So take a look at what you need before you start procuring equipment and what you're going to do. And if you have any questions, great time to reach out to us, and we'd be glad to have a conversation with you about how we can help you with that. Another piece of how to make yourself more productive is check your internet connection. Everything is in the cloud nowadays. And if you have an old AT&T DSL connection and you're running 10 megs up and down, contact your local provider. Look into Comcast, look into AT&T fiber. If you're in my neighborhood, look into Metronet fiber and get yourself a faster internet connection. I know it's gonna be like, no kidding, Chad. We've all been on COVID. We've all been home with Zoom meetings. We get that one. Agreed, but keep looking into it. Those providers are moving and adding services daily to neighborhoods. So continue looking into that. If you have if you're paying for a gigabit speed internet and you're not getting it, contact Comcast, contact your IT provider, figure out what piece of equipment in your home or your office, for what we deal with, is a bottleneck. If you have an office and you bought Comcast's latest fiber connection, you're paying for 1,000 or 1 gigabit connection both ways. And when you do a speed test, you're getting 100 megabits each way. That means that you have an old firewall in your environment that doesn't have the throughput to support the new bandwidth. So now you have to replace your firewall. And a firewall can cost anywhere between $500 and $2,500, depending on the size of an organization and what you need it for. Those are some of the ways that you can help with your productivity and access to data and files. Your internal networking equipment, if it hasn't been looked at or upgraded in 5 to 10 years, it's time to look into that. There's faster new internet switches and so forth that will help you with your network. And then start looking at just the way you're using your network. Is there a time of the day where everything just seems to slow down? Is it like lunchtime? So are your employees going on Facebook? Are they downloading podcasts? No, let them keep doing podcasts. But are they watching Netflix, right? So are they using your internet to watch Netflix on their lunch break? That's fine. You might want to consider upgrading your firewall to creating a guest network so that they're taking their phones and putting them on your guest network. So first of all, they're not infecting your network. And secondly, you can throttle that network so that it prioritizes your production side. So your Netflix things, and if you can't do that, if you want to leave it one network and allow your employees in, then put in web filtering, content filtering, so that you can say, okay, we now have 30 people on Netflix. We need to cut some people off, et cetera, et cetera. So those are all ways that we are helping customers right now with their productivity. It's ever changing, and every customer is a little different. Customer A, they may need the best bandwidth. Customer B might be an AutoCAD shop, and all of their stuff is on a local server because AutoCAD files are huge. And their issue isn't internet access. It is, my server is just full. I need to buy more hard drives. I need to buy a bigger server. Their cost of increased productivity might be different than, say, a 5-person shop where everything is up in the cloud. So those are just a couple tips and tricks on how to increase your productivity, or what your users are going to call speed. But I would be happy to have a conversation with anybody out there that would like to know more about how we can help them increase their speed and productivity, and help them move into the next level of their business and moving forward. So if you have any questions, reach out to us at social media, BKS-Systems. I'm really looking forward to talking to you guys more. If you guys have any thoughts for podcast, things that you want to hear about, please comment below, and we'll definitely hit that up, and we'll make sure that we are constantly communicating with you guys. Once again, thank you guys very much. It's a gorgeous day out there. I think I saw it with 60 degrees out there today. So hopefully you guys get out there, get a little sun, and we will see you guys next week. Have a great evening, everyone. Thank you.